Hi everybody, welcome back to another lesson in my Czerny's Opus 599 for Solo Learners course. In this video we're going to learn number 27. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so, and if you like what you see, give this video a thumbs up. Also, I offer online piano lessons. If you're looking for one, there's going to be information below. And if you'd like to get this special edition of Czerny's Opus 599 specifically for solo learners, there's going to be links in the description below. Number 27 is the first in this chapter, which is exercises exceeding the compass of an octave, so the restriction of the octave is gone. The left hand in this piece is merely supporting the right hand with staccato chords, so giving a nice metric beat, and the workout is really for the right hand. It's a constant run, it's a passage work in groups of 4 16th notes or semiquavers, and we also have some staccato chords which are going to be wrist staccato in this case because they are double notes, and we have some phrasing, some shorter and long phrases. So let's start at the very beginning. We're going to do the first two lines, the first 4 bars until the repeat sign. Let's start with the left hand. It's quite easy. It's in the treble clef, so we're going to start middle C, and its time signature is C, so 4/4 common time. We start 2 and 4 on the C E, and we're just going to do very lightly these staccato chords and making sure the 2 notes or 3 notes go down perfectly together. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we change to B and G. 1, 2, C, G, 3, 4, and the G7 chord, G, D, F. 1, 2, 3, 4, finishing on the C. So we've only got a couple, 2 or 3 chords, and that's the entire left hand. So the key thing is to keep it light, because the melody is in the right hand. That's what you want to emphasize. Light, staccato, bouncy chords, and very accurate between the 2 or 3 notes. The right hand is a whole different story, and we need a lot of relaxation when we play these very fast passages. I played it fairly fast at the start of the video. That's the kind of speed it should go at, or something similar. It shouldn't go too slow, but also don't be tempted by the speed if your hands don't allow you to go quite as fast. So the point is not to go really fast. The point is to challenge yourself to go faster than what you have done before, but with correct technique, no tension, and evenness throughout. So obviously you're going to start quite slowly until you learn the notes, the fingerings, and the positions. And when all of that is kind of confident and becomes routine, you're going to start working on the speed. And the faster you go, the more lightness you need in the hand, and it should feel very relaxed all the way through, playing with the fingertips, rounded hands, rounded fingers, making sure the fingers are supported. We are going to do a lot of wrist circles because the melody keeps going back and forth, so the wrist has to be very flexible, and it needs to be able to do some lateral motion, not keeping the hand in a very stiff position and just playing from the fingers. It's never a good idea. It puts pressure on the fingers, and it's just in the way of evenness. So let's start number 4 on the C very slowly just to see the melody. We've got 4 16th notes per beat, so 1, 2, 3, now change to 1, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's the first line. Again, if you want to count it out, you can go wa, han, a, hand, tu, hu, a, hand, or you can go ti, ri, ti, ri, ti, ri, ti, ri, or you can go 1, and, 2, and, whichever works for you. I think thinking about one full beat and just saying 1, 2 is actually better because you can feel where the beat is. Those are the points where the left hand is going to sink in with the right hand. Now, as you could see, even when I played very start, I move the hand. So it's a back and forth rounded motion because the melody is moving. It's doing a 4th and then going up and then a 4th down again on the thumb. Now make sure the thumb is not very strong, because that's not the strong note, that's the offbeat. The strong note is the number 4 on the C. 1, 2, 3. And just do it very slowly to get that evenness in the 16th note semiquavers. And when you manage to do that with the crossing going up all the way to the C, that's when you start going a bit faster. Bar 3, we have these staccatos, so you can put either number 2 or number 1 on the F. Again, fingering is a suggestion, but make sure you stick with whichever you choose, and the one you choose should be the one that gives you the most fluent result. So I'm going to go with 1 here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So the last one is going to be 1, 2, 4 and then 1, 2, 5. It's quite an easy transition. We always start on the bottom note of the 6, it's a 6 interval, and then the full chord. Now because these are double notes, we can do a nice wrist staccato. It's just moving from the wrist instead of an up-down motion which you need for bigger chords. If it was 3 notes, you would need more of a forearm staccato, but here you can do a nice wrist staccato up and down. It's a very, very flexible wrist. And again, these staccatos should be nice and light. Now, when you put it together, it's really important to get those left-hand quarter notes exactly together with the first of each group of 4 16th notes. So, 1, 2, 3, and obviously the second difficulty here is that one hand is staccato and the other hand is legato, so you have to be able to keep that right hand connected. We have a big slur joining all of these notes. So again, try to keep the number 4 down on the C, bounce up with the left hand and then go on to the G. That's the easiest way to slow it down. So keeping down the C and bounce up with the left and then connect through to the G. Hold it down, connect through, and then going on. Now bar 3 we have the G chord, F, and here we have these light staccatos. And that's the end of the first section. So go very slowly because the actual speed of the 16th notes or semiquavers is going to dictate the speed for the rest of the piece. You can't go too fast with the 8th notes or quavers because you need to be able to go double speed when it comes to the 16th note or semiquavers. Second section from bar 5 until the end, again we have a repeat sign, so left hand is going to have slightly bigger chords here, quite challenging. It's a full G7 chord, G, B, D, F. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then an inverted C chord, G, C, E. 1, 2, 3, 4, then a G major chord, 1, 2, a C chord, a G7 without the D, 1, 2, and finishing on the C. So again, memorizing the chords before you start putting it together is really important so you can focus on the right hand melody. The right hand has much shorter phrases here, and this is where we really need to go into wrist circles. So the first one is a G5 finger scale, and lift. So drop, lift. And then as you go up, the thumb is moving towards the little finger. As you come down, the thumb is moving back. So the wrist is doing this nice circle. I'm exaggerating it now a bit so you can see it, but the point is you have to be able to follow the shape of that 5-note scale. Lift. And this one is the C5 finger scale. And again, playing from the fingertips is really going to allow you to go with faster speeds and much more clarity in the articulation. Very clean legato. And then lift. And the final one, number 4 on the F, 3 on the E, 1 on the D, and finishing off. Again, we have a descending scale. We can do a diminuendo as we're finishing, so getting a bit quieter. So as you go up, you get louder. As you come down, you get a bit quieter. It's called natural dynamics. And if you add that to these very simple Czerny exercises, you can make them more artistic and a little bit more expressive. Hands together. Again, keeping the right hand legato while the left hand is staccatoing, especially the final quarter note. and there we are. Now these chords, they are not going to be wrist staccato, it's going to be a forearm staccato because the chords are big and the hand is staying in this position. So you need a little bit more energy going up and down with these staccatos. And that's really the piece. That's what it's all about these runs of 16th notes. And you need so much patience for those. And if it's not even, you need to stop and see, why is it not even? Is there tension in your hands? Are you playing with the bottom of your fingers instead of the fingertips? Are you going too fast? You need to be able to play it evenly, slowly first before you go fast. Otherwise, there's no point in playing this exercise. It's all about evenness and movement of the wrist and leading the melody with the arm. And those staccatos are only there to kind of give the hand a break and have some levity and some lightness in between the long passages. If you have any more questions about this exercise, leave them in the comments.